All right, so I want to ask you about something, and I'm not judgy, but it's not for me. And I've listened around to podcasts, some people in the community, some buddies. Bro, do you watch anime like regularly? I know you do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't know what happened, bro. I'm just not into it.
Yeah. I actually stopped. It's not that I don't know. I started like doing stuff. Like I wasn't at home that much, so I stopped watching anime and all that stuff like that.
But like, has this been like a lifelong thing, or like?
Yeah, like I've been watching since I was a kid.
Like, what did you start watching?
Dragon Ball Z.
And I see me and my
Or
cousin,
Dragon Ball. Really, it was.
yeah,
Dragon Ball.
I think that's what me and my cousin talked about. Because when we were younger, we didn't have any way to watch Dragon Ball at all.
I mean, we just watch it on. Because at first.
Because you used to get it on like on Adult Swim on Cartoon Network late.
Yeah.
And then there was some on Cartoon Network, but not really when I had Cartoon Network at the time.
I think it was on. I think it was on Cartoon Network more. It was like they did Toonami. That's what it was before Adult Swim.
Yeah.
That's where I started watching it at, and then all my cousins, all that stuff, they loved it too. So we would all talk about it and watch it every week.
I never. I think that's why I missed out on anime early on.
Yeah.
And then like I got into Pokemon, but that's not like
it is. Pokemon is an anime, but
it's not. Yeah.
It's not like
it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But like that, I mean, I was into Pokemon, and I think I got into Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit.
Yeah, I did because my cousin really loved it, and he had all the cards. He would show me how to play the game.
Bro, I never learned how to play. I never learned how to play Pokemon cards, bro. I had Pokemon cards.
I don't know if there's a way to play it because I never learned it either.
There is. Bro.
I had. You know what's funny I had a deck, and when I started phasing out of Pokemon, they had like a little garage sale. And I had like a deck. I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to make $50 or something like that. My mom told these people, because I told her 25 cents each card. And she gave the whole deck for 25 cents.
I sold all my Pokemon cards to a little Mexican kid at a garage sale. And I had like a book.
Yeah.
But you know when you bought the little packs, you'd get some bullshit. Like you get the leaf and the fire.
Yeah.
Like I probably had like 200 of those.
Yeah.
And I never got a Charizard card. Never had one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
The coolest cards that I had were Raichu and Mewtwo. Holographics. Those were like my prized possessions.
I think I just had a Pikachu. That was it.
And I was like, yeah, I got this, bro. And then, like, I just kind of phased out of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And I remember...
we should have saved them because they're worth more now.
Yeah. And I sold them. And I sold them for a Valentine's gift for a girl. I sold the whole book for $35.
And you're like, let me go to the store
and bought her a sterling silver bracelet.
Yeah.
With little heart shapes.
Where's this girl now?
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah.
Haven't seen her in years. But I mean, I don't know. I remember doing that. The worst. I remember selling like my PlayStation 1 for the same thing.
What?
But it was like after, like down the line where you could still get like $40-$50 at GameStop for it.
Yeah.
Because it was a whole system and 2 controllers, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll take it." And I was like, "Cool."
What I was thinking of is the original Game Boy, the gray one. I had one. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah. I had an Atari, but my Atari's probably like in the attic or like melted now. It probably don't work.
Yeah.
The games are no, it's not working anymore. But yeah, dude, there's a lot of that nostalgic stuff. I see like, oh man, that's really cool. I see it on Instagram. And then but the other thing is like, oh, it's worth so much money. It's like it is, but it isn't. Because someone has to have the money and really want it for it to be worth that.
Yeah. Just
like I feel like I put out good content for the most part, but nobody really wants it. Yeah. It's like I'm over here trying, guys.
They just don't know yet that they want
exactly.
it. Yeah.
And it's just like I gotta. I don't know. I guess hopefully the cowboy hat helps. I'm pretty sure in this market the jersey will help, but I don't know.
Just put Cowboys on the.
I know. Like if you would have wore gear and I would have had this on, and then like I wouldn't even use my little tag on the video. I would just put Dallas Cowboys logos. Like, oh, it says Cowboys. # Cowboys Nation. I was like, just Dallas country, whatever they say. I don't know.
They're like, what? Why do they have all this cowboy stuff? They haven't talked anything about sports.
Exactly. It's like he briefly said something at the beginning.
Yeah, and that was it.
That was it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Are you a big sports guy besides football? Do you keep up with it?
No, I don't keep up. I like basketball.
There's too many games, and fuck Bally Sports. If you don't have Bally Sports, you can't watch most of the Mavs games.
Oh yeah, but I like basketball, but I don't really know the positions, and I don't know the.
Bro, did you not play basketball?
I used to play with my friends. That was it.
Oh, you should have played in high school. You're taller than me.
I tried out in middle school and I didn't make it because I didn't know the positions. I didn't know anything
like,
about
hey,
it.
Coach, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
But I'm tall.
Yeah, and I wasn't at that time. I wasn't a great shooter. Like I started getting better.
Neither was Sean Bradley, and he was in the league.
I don't know.
But to be fair, you'd be a point guard.
Yeah.
Like even at what are you 6'4"?
I don't even know 6'3", 6'4", one of those.
You're in there because I'm legally 6'2". Every time I've been measured by the police or like the state, and you're taller than me, so I'm gonna bet you're 6'4". But like Steve Nash was 6'2", and I'm like I'm the same height as Steve Nash. He looked like a midget out there.
Yeah.
No wonder he couldn't dunk.
Yes, I can't dunk either.
You can't dunk, bro. Bro, I'm gonna get you those basketball shoes that you walk and they build your calves.
Yeah,
it's like all late in life. You're like, I'm gonna learn how to dunk. That's my goal. 2024. Johnny's gonna dunk by December.
My major goal on top of everything. Like, why have you never recorded an episode? I've been trying to learn how to dunk.
just you in the gym, like calf extensions, squatting. I'm dunking. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna dunk this year. Yeah, I never dunked.
But yeah, I was decent at basketball, but nothing like where I'm just like, dang, I need to be professional or anything like that.
Yeah.
I used to sometimes I'll do like the Jordan step back. I'll do that on people sometimes, but sometimes I didn't have the confidence to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
So I would get nervous and then mess up and miss it. But sometimes I would actually make it, and then sometimes I try I was trying this at one point where you throw the ball through their legs and then you go grab it and then go shoot.
Yeah.
I would do that too. I freaking sucked at layups. I did. Sometimes I'll make it. Most of the times I didn't.
I can kill a layup with my right hand, but with my left, I'm terrible. I can't do shit with my left hand. Like and that's one of the fundamental things that like in 6th, 7th grade basketball, we have to run layups.
Yeah.
So you run right and then you go line up left, and the coach is like, you got to shoot with your left hand. You got to lay up with your left hand. Bro, I would lay up. That motherfucker would bounce. Yeah. It's gone. Like he's like, you got to keep working on that. I never perfected it. Never. Yeah. I would always just like transition to the other side of the rim. And yeah. But that was the best I could get. And then supposedly I had a heart condition in high school, so I couldn't play basketball. And
dang.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I think I was just bad under pressure.
Yeah. I used to do that leg out.
Yeah.
That leg out, like kick that, like stay back, bro. I'm like, I beat this. Scoop, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got that statue in Dallas like that.
I still haven't been to it.
You still haven't been to it?
I haven't really been going to Dallas recently.
I think I was there, but I didn't like stop. You should have stopped and took. My cousin goes out there because he has season tickets.
Yeah.
And he posts pictures and stuff of it, and I'm like, dang, it's a cool statue. I don't want to pay for parking out there. It's not. It
is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like even go for like an event for like a concert and stuff.
Yeah, we
You have to park far, or you gotta pay more.
Well, it just depends on because we Kai did a show in Deep Ellum, that Cap G show. I don't remember when we did that. I think it was August or September, but we got there early-ish.
Yeah,
and then I was like, and me and Dennis from the Juice Podcast, he DJ'd that night, so we were there and we were like, I was like, you want to eat something? Because he rode with me, and we met Kai out there. And I was like, let's go eat. And then Kai showed up to the restaurant. He's like, bro, I got to go check in and I was like, so we were just there, me and Dennis, like eating. And I was like, well, I guess we should go over there. And we got in and we were there. And then I'm not going to lie. Like if y'all have ever been to like a Big Tuck, a Tum Tum, Cap G show, a lot of the stuff that goes on, like they're not artists that are like selling out arenas or House of Blues.
Yeah.
a lot of those shows, those artists show up at like 12:15, 12:30.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're there at 7, don't be there at 7.
Yeah.
You just don't do it. I mean, it's like that at because 3-6 Mafia, when they did the show at Wild Acre here in Fort Worth, they went on at like 10, I think, and went till 11. And then what was the other one? Oh, DJ Paul did Haltom Theater, and like you have all these opening artists. There's
1,000 of them.
Yeah, and it's everybody trying to get rolling in the industry, trying to get some shows under their belt, trying to get the cool picture with the artist that's already there. Like, so I mean, you get there, and like if you want to meet any of those artists or you want to do a quick interview or something like that, like they're more than down because it's free content for them.
Yeah.
And the show that we did in Dallas, they had a real good setup because they had a full blown interview crew outside with like the backdrop. They had mics set up, so you were basically doing that. Then you could do some pictures, and then so you got your shout outs, and they kind of made an episode out of all the artists that performed, which was cool. But
you should do that. You got the setup for it.
Well, we were talking about so we just shot that video for Kai Woods. I mean, I was there. I didn't shoot. Well, I mean, I did shoot some video, but
I shot the music video. I didn't even know it.
I mean, I did shoot some video, but Esteban Omen Reyes on Instagram, one of the members of the Juice podcast, he does most of he does full blown music videos. Yeah, and then he does like the Instagram like promo reels and stuff. But we did this video. They know a guy, and he's got this property, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll have a bonfire, and y'all come out here." He's like, "We got these dudes that play instruments, and they just set up and they just jam." And I was like, "So we're just gonna be out here," and it couldn't have turned out better. It was crazy the way it turned out because if we tried to get people there, because like I put it on Instagram on my stories, and we're like, "Hey, if anybody wants to come out, you want to be in a video," because the thing is, when the video comes out, everyone always says, "Hey man, why didn't you let me know?" Oh man, I would have showed up for that. But we did that with We Used to Crawl. We told everyone we're gonna do it at this skate park.
But y'all told people in advance too.
Yeah, we did that one like a month out.
Because we were planning on going, but we had stuff come up.
Yeah, I mean that happens.
That's the thing is like people think that we're like because a lot of people ask us to go to all these places. And they don't realize we're not like single.
And they take it personal.
Yeah, we're not single. We're not. We had some. I don't have kids, but Jay and Aramis do. Yeah. So they can't just always go out and do stuff. Yeah. And then be out for hours and hours. Yeah. So that's the reason we don't go to a lot of the events and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the events, dude. Like some of these events here, they start at 6. Yeah. And then they run till 1. Yeah. So basically you're cutting out half of a day to go show up. And I mean, it's not a knock on the artist, but most of the artists will go up there 15, 20, 30 minute set at tops. And then you're like, bro, I've been here for 5. And then you don't want to be disrespectful to the other artists. Yeah. You're like, I saw who I wanted to see. I'm out. Yeah. And I mean, it is, but that's just kind of the way it goes. And trying to do all those, because I used to try to go to everything. And now it's just like, man,
it's a lot harder.
And it's a lot harder because I don't drink. Yeah. And I don't smoke, so I'm just like,
what did I do?
Hey guys, I got my water. What are y'all doing? And everybody's like, Festepco did the Bump and Shoulder show at Tulips, and that's probably one of the best shows I've been to in Fort Worth. Yeah. It was like artist after artist after artist after artist. The green room was ridiculous, and I left really shouldn't have drove that day. Yeah. And one of those lucky times I got home all right. But yeah, I mean, there's some great shows in Fort Worth, but some of the big, like, you got to wait for some of them too. Like, because there's a show every weekend. Somebody's performing every weekend. A Fort Worth artist, a Dallas artist, and trying to be at every single show, man. So y'all got, I mean, and that's my schedule, just me. And for all 3 of y'all to show up to something.
And I think it's only happened like once or twice with all 3 of us. Yeah. And I think it's probably only happened once. It was at Andrew's event. Yeah. That we all pulled up. But it was like.
At Pouring Glory?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, their main and south side?
Yeah, we just got lucky that day. We were recorded that day. they both didn't have their kids. Their kids were somewhere else. Their wives were doing other stuff too. So they had like an hour or two to kill, and we're just like, all right, let's go to this event real quick.
Yeah.
We went for a couple hours and then went back home after.
Yeah. So, Andrew always does those Saturday events too, and he usually seems like he does them extended.
Yeah.
So you can pop in and pop out. Because there's been sometimes I'm like, man, I'm about to pull up, and I was like, I mean, I just gonna go home. I've done enough today.
Well, he does it where like you can come at any time instead of like, all right, we're gonna do it from 5 to 6. Like, dang, I can't do it at that time.
Yeah.
It's usually like, all right, we're gonna do the most of this whole day.
Because he'll do like from noon to 5 or noon to 6 or something. Like the one he's doing this weekend, I think it says they start at noon, and he goes till 5-ish, or we'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, like when you say it that way, it's like if no one's here at 4:30, 5 o'clock, like I'm packing up.
Yeah.
And if people start showing up at 4 o'clock, then we'll go an hour or more, or see what happens.
But he throws a good event. That's all I gotta say.
I don't think I've ever been to one of his events. We've met I think we've met. It feels like we met for the first time 3 times. Because so the Funky Panthers episode that they did at Panther Island Brewery, I think that was their 100th episode.
Yeah.
So I showed up to that, and that's the first time I met him. But I was pretty drunk.
Yeah.
My birthday was the next day, I think. And so I was just having a good time. I was hanging out, and it was fun. And, but didn't really remember his name. Remember he had a podcast, but I didn't have stickers. I didn't have anything really.
You're still pretty new at it.
Yeah. And so it was like, oh, yeah. And then we met again at another event like that. And then we met at the Fort Worth, the Amplify 817 event that Lou Charles performed at. He was like, you got a podcast? I'm like, bro, we met like 3 times. He's like, yeah. I was like, I was drunk 2 of them. He's like, yeah, probably me too. I was like, it is what it is. I mean, no, the thing is, dude, like when you go to some of these events, like they have all these mixers.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks or the first Wednesday or first whatever the fuck day it is, there's always all these people, and it's like, hey. And you might not see that person for another year, and then you see him again randomly in an event.
Usually with other people that do podcasts, I might recognize them or I might not.
All right, bro. So how many podcasts do you listen to?
Oh, dang. This is the question everybody wants to know. I don't know exactly.
Well, I guess the real question is, so you're actually a podcast guy?
Yeah, because
you listen to podcasts.
I got tired of listening to so much music, and I started listening to the same stuff. I'm just like, dang. And then Jay introduced me to podcasts, and I was like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
At first, it was the bigger podcasts.
Yeah.
And then I started finding out about the local podcasts. I actually found you just through Instagram. I was like, oh, Six Pack Podcast. Oh, let me check this out.
So random.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know that was a thing that popped up for people for the longest time, and I was like, I don't know. When all that, like, I really do miss that old purple hexagon logo.
Yeah.
And like, there's still stickers up randomly. Occasionally, I'll see one, but I do miss it because I do miss the randomness of the conversations.
That's what I kind of liked about your podcast. It's like so random, but like it was still, even though you probably didn't mean to have it structured, it still felt structured. Yeah,
because it was like in the early days, like I really told my cousins, like, bro, we're just recording this for like our family members, and if anyone actually watches it, it's like that's cool.
Yeah.
And then as we kept going, it was like, nah. And then Brewed Up Joe was the one who said, bro, start having guests. So it was like, all right. And then I think I got caught up with, I want to have guests.
Yeah.
Like, who am I going to get this week? Who am I going to get here? When am I going to get this person? And then my cousin got married, so he had planning a wedding and then all that. So it was kind of like we were jumping around with guests, and then finally got more structured with a space here.
Yeah.
And dude, because the black drop curtain that I had, trying to fit 2 chairs in front of me and only get that in the shot. God, dude, that was hard. But there's been a lot of podcast miscues that have made for funny stories.
Yeah.
And there's been, like I told a story before, Tropicana, I I was seeing him too much leading up into it.
Yeah.
So we were talking all the time.
And so he already had
And then
nothing
like it was like 20 minutes in, and I'm like, oh, bro.
What else do we talk about?
I was like, and I remember saying, I was like, bro, this is the shit I hate. Like, I don't know what we're supposed to talk about now. We kind of ran through everything, and then he was like, oh, I'll interview you. And it was cool, and I'm glad he did that, because I'm not gonna lie, it's one thing to do your homework on somebody you've never interviewed before, but I had interviewed him before.
Yeah.
And then I would see him when we were out. So it's kind of like, and that's why I realized, like, doing it with my cousin and with Chase, we do have to have topics.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, what's up, guys? Like, what y'all been doing? Like,
same thing as I did the day before.
Yeah, it's like, oh, remember we were hanging out? Yeah. And it does get boring. But the thing is, it gets more like cringe. Like, I don't know if we should put this out.
Yeah.
Like, this one's rough. But at the same time, if you don't put anything out, honestly, dude, do people message y'all? Why is there no episode this week?
I've had that a couple times. It hasn't, like, at first when we didn't have an episode, they'll be like, hey, where's the episode at? We were able to record that week.
Yeah.
And then I posted on the stories, but
they don't watch the story. That's the thing. Like, that's why I'm like, because sometimes I wonder. It's like, all right, because I'll see the views. Like when with the first time I interviewed you, we had it's like 191 views or something.
Yeah.
In that range, and then you click over to, what is it, Spotify for podcasters or whatever. I click the app and I'll look at views, and it's like, all right, there's like 17 views, and it's like, cool. But they clicked on the YouTube video. They did this. It's like, okay, but it's just random. And then other episodes will, like, I've learned the shorter the episodes, some people click on those more for some reason, but they don't watch the whole thing. They just click on it, and it's like,
oh, this is shorter, but I don't want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, because like when I was in Austin, me and Kai went down there to do a live shoot with the Bricks. He's just a dude that has a setup. Basically, he has a studio set up, and he does the live video shoots.
Yeah.
3 or 4. That's like 6 camera shots, and then he cuts and edits it all together for a live performance video.
6 camera shots? Dang.
Yeah. So you're talking about a 3-minute video when it's all done.
Yeah.
So he has a podcast too. I can't remember the name of it at all. But so we went down there for that, and then in the hotel room, I just took my tripod and my camera.
I remember that.
I just recorded, and it was like 5 minutes tops, and it had like 55 views in 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, is there something to this 10-minute podcast thing? Because I mean, there's other, like, Sam's been doing that with the coffee break series, and
I think that's perfect. Like because I've seen other people do that, where they do like short segments of something, of a certain topic. One topic, basically. Yeah,
TFTI's done something like that, I think, once or twice, where they have it's just topical.
I actually did that recently. We did it with one. It was when Andre 3000 dropped his new album.
Yeah, I watched it.
We talked about it. Yeah. And they actually got some decent views, and we don't be like posting on YouTube like that.
Yeah, but that's what trying to hack that system. The shorter the video, it's like someone like. Because I know when I'm looking for something, if it's a 2-hour video, I usually don't click on it. But if it's like 15 or 20 minutes, and it's something that I don't know, then I'll click on the shorter one. It's like, give me the Cliff Notes. I don't need the Bible version, like the full extended. Like, I don't need to know who your grandma was, so you can tell me how to do this. But I feel like there's always something that you can hack a system. You have to find a groove, especially with podcasting. I feel like it's easier for y'all sometimes because you can drop a name of an artist.
And I think that's what helped us out with that clip too, because I named it one of his song titles.
Yeah,
and that's how it got that little bit of views.
And then people were like, click, like, yeah. But I mean, I just feel like that's one thing. Like, I know 2024, my mindset has been, this year finally got the DWI, all that shit sorted out now. I'm on probation. Everything will wrap up in December of 2024. So my mindset this year is to push with the podcast, but at the same time, like, work on my mental. And someone asked me, like, what's your podcast about? I go, well, there was a weird spot where it was like heavy topics. There's a lot of heavy shit. And now it's turned into just me hanging out with different people. And I mean, I'll talk about wrestling. I'll talk about whatever, just stuff that basically keeps me sane.
Yeah.
Because, like, dude, I'm going to quit vaping whenever this bottle of juice that's over there on the shelf's gone. Which, dude, I've been vaping since 2014. 9 years.
I don't know why, but I never really got into like smoking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I was 2 packs a day, Newports in like.
Well, I think
out of high school.
I think one reason is because my parents would smoke.
Yeah.
Packs a day.
Yeah,
well, maybe like 1 pack a day, but like still, I got tired of it.
Like, dude, like 2013, before I started vaping, I was 2 packs a day. Menthols.
Now my mom vapes, my brother vapes, my sister vapes.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I mean, I've never been one to say, "Hey, you should try vaping."
Yeah.
If you're a cigarette smoker and you want to get off of cigarettes,
it is
vaping.
It's a better.
Yeah, I mean, it's
even though they try to like make these
dude,
videos.
There's so many. Those fucking commercials piss me off.
Vaping will kill you.
I mean, I'm 9 years in,
yeah.
and I'm a chain vapor. Like,
yeah.
I'm vaping while we're recording this.
Yeah.
I'm vaping while I'm driving. I'm vaping. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes I roll over in bed at night. It's like, oh, my mod's right there. Okay, need some nicotine to go back to sleep. And that sounds like really bad, but it's true. Like, I'm not lying. Like, it's right there by my bed. Like, there's a liquid death can, and then there's my mod right there next to it. But it's just been one of those things. But that's one of the things I'm gonna give up here going into 2024. And dude, I lost a good amount of weight, but these holidays have not been kind. I put like 12 pounds back on, 8 to 12 pounds, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, I tried to. Well, me and my wife were trying, or she was trying to do like a diet and stuff. So she wanted me to like, do it with her. I was like, man, I'm tired of this already.
What are y'all doing though?
It was just like certain meals we had to eat. And that first week was terrible because I just felt hungry the whole time.
Yeah. So y'all are like carb counting, like pulling calories down?
I'm not sure. She cooks it and I'll eat it. That's basically what's going on. She has like a coach person that like, all right, you need to eat this stuff.
Oh.
And make it like this to make it like a better meal.
Yeah.
Thing. And it's not even like, you have to eat chicken and rice. Like, it's something crazy like that. It's like...
Dude, rice is one of the worst things you can eat.
Yeah. It's like, there's some, like, pasta or something like that, but you don't use the actual sauce. You gotta cut up tomatoes and add some other stuff to it, and then it's like a healthier meal.
Oh, yeah, I don't do that.
But it did help lose weight, though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, like if you have a solid diet and you stick to it,
yeah,
you lose weight.
Yeah,
and especially if you have someone telling you what meals to prepare and you stay in the range of what the portions are to be,
yeah,
you're gonna lose weight. But I just know, realizing me, I have to have like a pound of meat every day. Like if it's chicken breast, if it's steak, if it's ground beef, I have to consume at least a pound of a giant protein and vegetables. I'm not always a vegetable guy, but if I make them, I'll eat them. But I know, like, dude, I was meal prepping. I started throwing rice in there, and I was like, this scale's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I realized, dude, in 2 weeks' time, I realized, like, it's the white rice.
Yeah.
Pulled the white rice out, just went back to straight vegetables and meat. And some kind of crazy sauce. Man, I got so many hot sauces.
Yeah.
So many different sides of dressings and stuff. Throw that on there. See what it tastes like. Oh, that tastes great. Slap your mama's seasoning. Yeah. And I would just inhale that. And then really I would only eat that meal during the day. Just my one meal prep. And then for dinner, maybe like some noodles or something.
Yeah.
But nothing really heavy. And I was like, man, this is easy. I'm losing weight.
Yeah, one time I went out of town for work, and so it was just me. There was no other coworkers that were with me, so I was just chilling. And so I was like, I'm gonna be here for a month. I might as well try to lose some weight. I just ate salads and I ate fruit and vegetables, and then I had the body armors and water.
Yeah,
I lost like 20 pounds.
Dude, for sure. Like, if you cut out soda in general,
Yeah.
you cut out sodas, you'll drop.
Me drinking a soda right now.
Yeah, but you'll drop 10 pounds in a week. If you
yeah.
If you're a soda drinker, cut out the sodas. Cut out the sodies.
Yeah. The way I've been doing it is like I still drink soda, but I just don't drink as much, and I'll drink water to kind of like even it out.
Yeah, offset. Yeah, sometimes, man. I'm not gonna lie. Liquid Death is one of the only reasons that I've stayed sober, and I haven't like drank.
Is it like is it carbonated water?
It's carbonated water from the Alps or some shit, and the can's cool, and they have flavored ones, and then they have regular ones.
Yeah.
So the flavored ones help, especially like cookouts, kicking back by the pool or something. You go bonfire, like
the only thing that I know, like I've had, they call it soda water, but it's like a Fresca, I think. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, Fresca from back in the day. I don't know if they I guess they still.
They still have Frescas, but
yeah. Dude, you know,
that's the closest thing to water, whatever with the flavor with it.
Yeah, but like LaCroix, have you ever had LaCroix?
Disgusting.
Nah, dude, LaCroix's my shit. Dude,
when
I was a drinker. When I was dieting, like doing keto and stuff, I would do my Yeti cup, one LaCroix, ice, and the rest was vodka. You only needed like
that's probably why it was a little bit better.
like 2 of those a night. Dude.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm great. But literally, it's just like those seltzer waters that everybody's drinking now.
Yeah, I think I just don't like carbonated water really.
Yeah, I mean it's not everybody's thing.
I'd rather just drink regular water.
Yeah, like Topo Chicos and stuff like that. Like just the mineral water.
I've had those too because like someone's like, hey, like I see you drinking water. Do you want to try these? And I was like, all right. I went to go to the store. I bought one because usually they come in a pack. And I was like, man, I don't want to get a pack. I want to try one.
Yeah.
And I luckily found one at some store. I don't remember. I tried it. I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
No. It's just mineral water.
Yeah.
It just like it makes you feel bloated. It help like I don't know. I mean, it makes me burp like beer would or something. Yeah. But I think that's what like carbonated waters have really helped. Because when you're in, like, all the guys are there and you're like, yeah, still got me and my can in my hand. But, yeah.
Have one of those fake sleeves of the...
Yeah, for sure. Got me a brown bag.
Yeah.
Like, what you drinking on, man? Man, it's so
Don't
special.
worry about it, yeah.
It's special, bro. Don't worry about what I'm drinking. You drink your beer. This is mine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, there's a lot of life hacks that I've been working on.
But that's good that it helped out. Instead of you wanting to drink a beer, you're just drinking the liquid death and stuff.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, dude. There's sometimes that I'm like awkward because like everybody's like at those awkward moments, like when I would have been drunk at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, man, you know I love you, man, and I just think we need to do like those long conversations, those drunk conversations. I was the worst at them, bro. I remember I told my cousin's husband one time, "You been here forever, man. Like I love you, bro. You been here," and like it's like, bro, I said the same thing like 15 times in 2 minutes.
It's funny, but I grew up around it all the time, so I was like, I don't want to be like this.
Yeah, and like now, I'll tell my mom, I was like, "Hey, was I like that?" She was like, "Yep." I was like, "Ooh." And
it's like, you know I love you,
but there's some
I know.
Of those, there's some of those nights that like everybody's feeling it, and I'm like, I'm not judging because I was there.
Yeah, like
I couldn't handle it. I would do dumb stuff, and I ended up in jail.
Yeah,
but like just being there, it's just like, dang, it just makes me feel sometimes like, all right, I'll just go in the other room and I'll be like on my phone, or I'm just like, everybody's drunk. I ain't gonna tell nobody bye. I'm leaving, and just
like,
get in the
I'm out.
And like that's how like at when the Osos did their thing.
Man, we like miss each other by like probably like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's when I left there. I was like, that's what when I did the Osos podcast. I was like, yeah, guys. They were like, you were there. I was like, yeah. Lou Charles was there. Like we pulled up with Kai, and he was like, Lou Charles was there. He was like,
I didn't know Lou Charles was there, but I knew you were there because I seen the pictures. But
so Lou was Ernie's like surprise because Lou wasn't booked on the Ernie show flyer or anything, but he came and did like I think he did 2 songs and then he has a feature. He's featured on one of Ernie's songs.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's even released because I haven't heard it like anywhere. So I'm pretty sure it was just for the show. But and then we were there afterwards and I told Kai, I was like, bro, we're gonna hit up this podcast extravaganza party, and he's like, all right, cool. Like, I guess I'll pull up. And then Lou was like, where y'all going? I'm like, we're going to go to this thing. He's like, all right, I'll pull up with y'all. So we show up, and then I know Brewed Up Joe was there, the Osos, and Kate from Forever. Like, there was a circle of people shotgunning beers.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I think it's time for me to go. And I was like, there's just, I mean, and that's all.
They were doing that all night because
yeah, I'm sure they were.
I did one with them. I was like, I can do this one, but I said I'm not gonna shotgun it. I'll just chug it. I'm not gonna friggin' shotgun it right now.
I don't want beer all over my shirt.
Yeah. And then I think I just had 2 drinks there, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a great event. Like, if I'd have been there from the beginning.
When I showed up, Sam was there.
Yeah, and then Sam pulled up to the Ernie show.
Yeah, he was just about to, or he was there for a couple minutes, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to go to the Ernie show. I was like, all right.
Yeah, because I talked to Sam about my drinking a couple of times, and he goes, man, you're out there at night, you're at these venues and stuff,
yeah.
And it's going to be harder for you. You need to figure out. And I was like, yeah, I mean, he was right. Like, you had to figure out, are you still going to drink a little bit? Or are you just going to leave it alone completely? And as of right now, I'm just going to leave it alone completely. Bro, I've saved so much money.
Yeah, I bet. Because how many what size pack were you getting?
Well, every day I would.
You said every day, dang.
Every day, dude. It was probably a 6-pack of IPAs.
But least. You're buying 6 packs every single day.
No. I would buy a 6-pack of beer every day.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
One
6-pack
every day.
Yeah, so that's around, like, the IPA is probably around $11-12
every day, dang.
A day. And then and that's probably 20 days out of the month.
Yeah.
The other days, it was probably like, oh, we're going to the bar. So you're at the bar. You get some chicken wings.
Man.
Then you get 2 or 3 tall beers. Then you're like, let's get some nachos too. And then you're like, oh, I got to grab a 6-pack on the way home.
You know what's crazy? When I first started, like, drinking around, like, 20. It was, like, around when I was 22 probably. We went to a bar.
That's wild that you started drinking at 22.
Well, I've had beers before that, but I wasn't just, like, drinking, like, every day or nothing like that. And it was I was like 22, went to this bar, and we got 2 like small drinks, $18.
Yeah.
That's it. I think it was 18 a piece.
Yeah.
I was like, never again.
It's like, nah, I'm not rich enough to drink here.
Yeah. I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
Nah, because you think about 5 drinks in a night at a bar like that, it's like $100 plus a tip. Yeah.
Sometimes I get lucky if we go out. There's one time I went out with my friends, and this girl was just buying us drinks left and right. I was like, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah, those are always good. I remember closing out. I was at the Rabbit Hole. I was like, all right, Josh, close me out, bro. He's like, all right, close me out. Sign my tab. I'm ready to burn out. And he's like, here you go, man. I was like,
what's this?
I was like, bro, I closed out. He's like, nah. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, I don't go to Rabbit Hole very much anymore. I go over there and I'll get some tacos outside. But, man, I used to live there. I used to live at Wild Pitch. I'd just be...
I've only known of one Wild Pitch, and that was over where I used to stay at.
There's one right down the street by Main Event. And bro, you need anything, they have everything there. Like, you go on the patio, you sit out there long enough, there's a guy that deals... something. There's another guy that deals the other thing. The other guy got the other stuff, and you just everybody's just making friends. So someone wanted to take me on a guided tour on like some kind of mushrooms or something. I'm like,
oh, no,
dog, I just came out here to vape real quick. Like, I'm about to go back and finish my salad.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I don't want to go on your trip. I'm good.
So I'm trying to stay here right now.
Yeah. I don't want to go to a TP. I don't want to learn about guided tours with mushrooms and whatever other stuff you got. I'm good. But I mean, it's out there, man. There's a lot of that out there. All right, I think we ran through everything. You want to talk about anything else? I feel like we've rambled, and it's been good.
Yeah, I mean that's how it usually goes. It's like, yeah, you have topics, but you go off topic anyways, and then you
because we started off on one thing, and then we got talking into shoes.
Yeah,
and then we got there was one thing I wanted. Did you listen to Kanye West's daughter's feature? Did you see that video yet?
I just saw the clip. Yeah.
What do you think?
It's just a kid. It's just like saying, what's his name? Drake's son.
I think Drake's son's feature was better.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a kid. I really can't say much about it.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, yeah, you can. Fuck them kids.
She's just having fun. That's all. She's a good artist though.
Yeah.
Like a good, not not musician, but great.
Someone soundbite that.
Yeah.
Johnny said she's a good artist.
She's a good painter. There you go. Oh yeah, speaking of painting, I just remembered. Jay said he said he hit you up that he can paint something for you for the wall.
Did he hit me up for painting the wall? I remember he hit me up for hitting the hats.
No, he said he'll do a paint like
on the wall.
He said he'll do a painting like this for you.
Do I need to get him a canvas? I'll go buy him a canvas.
I don't know, just hit him back.
All right.
No, because he's good for real. Like actually good.
No, I'm not. You say it like that, hey. like I thought he was terrible. Like, man,
no, because you have one of those like friends that like
that does everything.
But you support them so hard. You're like, yeah, they're the best. This, and that, and then you go check their page. I was like, yeah,
man, he's good. I'll check him out, man. Yeah, I'll touch base with him, man. We'll see what we get going. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But do that because I'm telling you, he's for real a good artist. He doesn't really show it that much, but he's shown me his stuff that he's done. Like he did like a custom shirt where he did with he had like a black shirt and he put bleach on a paintbrush.
Yeah.
And did like a whole, I don't know if it was like Jesus or something, but something.
Hey man, y'all gonna run merch?
I don't know.
Y'all in the talks?
We're still trying to figure that out. We're trying to get the freaking setup first before we do all that.
Yeah. I'm not running merch. I just make random stuff and I just end up giving it away. And the thing is, like, dude, I haven't tried to sell anything.
Yeah.
I haven't tried to mass produce anything because it's like, bro, if I get 100 views on YouTube and they're not like full, like they didn't watch the whole podcast, it's like, why am I gonna put money into like making? Like there is one website that you just send them like your they'll digitize your logo or whatever. And they'll just have it on file.
Yeah.
So you set up your website, like it links over to them. And when someone orders a shirt, they make it.
Yeah.
And then they ship it out straight to them.
That's probably the easiest way to do it.
But you're not getting any money off of that.
Oh, hell no.
So that's why it's like, so you're going to make money off of what I'm pushing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's cool to get your product out there and to get your name out there. And I'm sure there's a way you can probably.
You can do like. I mean, only certain people do it, but they probably have a following. I don't know how they first started, but like, there's like I've ordered a couple of their, like two. No, I only have one of their shirts. I'm tripping. I'm supposed to have two. But they do pre-orders, and then after the pre-order, they make it and then
and then ship it out. Yeah.
I don't know. We might have to both have a bigger following. That's the thing too. Is like. Yeah, you can make all this cool merch.
Yeah.
But you can make like 50 shirts and then only like 3 people buy it.
Yeah, and that because so if you get shirts made, you can get one shirt made and the one shirt will probably cost you close to like $22.
Yeah.
Depending upon how you get it.
Yeah.
So if you get 10 shirts made, the shirts go down to around $12 to $13 a piece.
Yeah.
So you're like $130, 10 shirts.
Yeah.
Or one shirt, $25. But see, then if you have 3 people that buy them, you're like, all right, well, I had to sell them for $30.
Yeah.
So I made $5, which basically only covered shipping.
Yeah.
So I'm here with nothing. But if I put up the $130 and then I have them and then they pay $30,
yeah,
it's like, man, I made $390. Well, really, I made $260 or whatever. And but it's one of those gambles, like.
Yeah, because I actually tried it out. I did it with hats.
Yeah.
I had like this Stay Focused hats that I made, and people loved them. But I didn't sell all of them for one thing. Yeah. I think I made like 10 or 15 or something like that, and probably like 8 people bought them. And the rest I was just like, I gotta give them out because I have nothing. I can't do nothing with them. Like I was at profit at first, and then it was just like, oh, never mind.
It's kind of like break even.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, and that's one thing that I'm like. That's why when I make stuff, it's either for me, like some of the hats the camouflage Stay Fed hat, I gave that to my middle son. The bucket hat, I gave it to my older son. And then like I got those pins made, the little lapel like circle pins, they're little tin pins.
Oh, I was like, what?
Those were like $15 on Amazon for 20.
Yeah.
Just upload your image and they send it back to you. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like I don't mind spending $15. And then I'll put those on some of my other hats.
The only thing I think is worth spending money on and not getting a profit is your stickers.
Yeah. But they run specials on stickers sometimes. $90 for 500.
Yeah.
And it's like 500 stickers. But at that point, it's like
the 500 stickers made me think of freaking the fake beef we had with TFGI or not TFGI, TF.
The Funky Panther Boys.
Yeah, TFP.
Yeah. TFP.
I'm over here saying the wrong people. With Chad saying I got 1,000 stickers.
Dude, they got a lot of stickers.
Yeah, they do.
Like, because when Kai did, I went when Kai did the interview over there, and there's just like this jar of stickers, and I mean I took some, but I mean they're a lot cheaper if you buy in bulk.
Yeah, you buy them a bigger amount.
And then like I get like the support local thing, but their merch comes from Printed Threads. Printed Threads ain't cheap. Like they make merch for Grady Spencer and some other local artists, but
yeah,
their stuff like it's quality stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, it's expensive, and I don't know. Like I feel like my branded stuff, it's just for me. Yeah. Like it's just for me to walk around, and when people ask me about it, it's like, oh, I got a podcast here. Here's my QR code on the back of my phone. Scan it. All right, leave me alone now.
For real. Yeah, because we're thinking about just doing merch for ourselves first, just to try it out, but we just haven't got to it.
Yeah. Because I know Dennis has my stuff on file. So, like, if I want another hat, like, I'll just be like, hey, dude, like, order me a hat and put it on there and I'll pay you. But doing it that way, dude, you can drop, like, the first hat I made, that New Era one I made.
Yeah.
Man, and having to pay for the digitizing on top. Dude, that hat was like $60.
$60 for just a custom hat.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's on file. Now. The digitizing is the thing because it's on file now. So if I get another one made, because the digitizing's anywhere depending upon your stitch count and everything, it's in between like $20 to $30.
You know, because I was thinking about actually looking, because when I was doing those hats, I got it digitized, but I was like, I want to figure out how to do it myself. So like if I go to somebody else, because I kind of got screwed over at the end. That's another reason I stopped doing the hats.
Yeah.
Because I found out that the dude I was getting the hats made, the guy that I was working with to get the hats made, he was the middleman for another person. I was like, what the hell? Well,
that's the thing with that's the thing with a lot of it. Like you have to find the person that does the embroidery. And then, like, depending upon what you want your embroidery to look like. Yeah. Because they have, like, the New Era style where it's puffed up.
Yeah, and I've seen how they're made,
Yeah, with the puffed up logo. And then there's other ones where they're just flat.
Yeah.
And it just depends what you want. I don't mind it being flat. And it just has to be cost effective. And
the puff one will probably be good for, like, just certain logos. It's not good for every logo.
Yeah.
Like, your logo, even though Stay Focused logo that I had, it's not good with puff print or whatever.
So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, merch is something I've always wanted to have merch. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I really don't think anybody's going to buy it.
Yeah.
So, I haven't gone out of my way. But
maybe once we get, like, the bigger following and it's just like, all right, these people really mess with us. All right, let's put some merch out.
Yeah, you get, like, y'all are almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
When you get to 10,000, then you drop some merch.
Yeah.
You can probably sell it for $45 a shirt.
Yeah.
And you'll make everything back like that.
Yeah.
As soon as you drop it, it'll sell out. Like we're only making 50 of them, and then people will buy them.
Especially if you do a limited supply, like you said, 50, man. They're freaking on the computer quick.
Yeah, and then like like Brewed Up Joe does his shirts, and he has his logo pressed on the back. And then he has whatever on the front. But he only runs like 20 or 30 shirts at a time.
Yeah.
And he usually sells out within the month. Like everything's gone.
Yeah.
And he's doing shirts. I think the T-shirts are 25. The sweaters are 30. So Like, when you think about it like that, I don't know what he's getting his stuff done for, but when you're doing 20 or 30, you're going to get a better rate than if we make 5 shirts. It's like, I'm trying to get 5 shirts for the homies.
Maybe this next year we'll start making just like a limited merch.
Yeah.
And just like, but it probably won't be the beginning of the year because we just spend money on the equipment. So we're going to wait.
Yeah.
Do all that.
Yeah, dude. There's so much that goes into this.
I know, for real. Like, I knew some of the stuff about podcasts, but because I would try to watch, like, when I was watching the bigger podcasts, I seen, like, how I knew about the switching thing. Because someone knows, there's a guy that switches, there's a guy that checks the cameras, there's a guy that does this, and that. At first, I thought you needed all that. Like, you need a person for each each thing. And I was like, I realized, like, no, you don't. You just need a camera and a mic, and that's it.
Yeah. Because I used to run with one mic.
Yeah.
And then we have this now. And this.
That's what we did at first, too. But not for a rap podcast. It was for Workaholic, yeah.
And it's, I mean, the individual mics helps. But, like, when I record like this and I'm going straight into my phone, there's not 2 audio stamps to adjust. So,
you know what? When we first got the because if it's on the SD card, it should pull up as one folder has the multi-tracks, and then one folder has just the one file. Yeah.
Well, that's not recording right now. It's just that over there. That's what Sam was like. I don't know why they don't. I just never hit record on there ever. It's just right there.
So it just records straight from there.
Yeah. But it makes my editing so much easier.
Yeah,
because I'm so lazy, dude.
Yeah, because it has made it easier for me too. I don't even use the multi-tracks anymore, unless I really have to. Like, if I had to do like we're playing say we play a song and I want to post it on YouTube. Yeah, I'll have to cut that song off or have to muffle it so it doesn't detect it.
Dude, the first podcast I ever recorded, I went off of iMovie. Yeah, and they have the preloaded the songs that are on iMovie. Yeah, so I used one of those as my intro. So I had pictures roll, different stuff, and then that song's playing. And YouTube cut the intro music. So there's just like 45 seconds of pictures. like you made a collage for your girlfriend or for your buddy. There's just all these random pictures that pop up. And then it left the song on through the entire podcast. What? So when me and my cousin are talking, it just dumbed down the audio from the song. So we're talking the whole time, and then you just hear the music in the background. But it left that music there. Yeah. Because our vocals are talking over it, and it's just like background noise. And I was like, this is the worst thing that I could have done. So that's why I stopped having intro music. Yeah. Like one episode I went da 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 da, and it's just like my voice. Yeah. And then it goes into it, but it's just like, so now it's just a pop up of the logo, a pop up of parental advisory, and then so I warned you, if your kids are listening, you should have watched the video first.
Yeah. Yeah, because the way we do it, I mean, we use a beat, but I had to like go through beats after beats. And then I would test it out on YouTube. Yeah. And then it'll be like, all right, this one's copyrighted. Oh, this one's not. All right, cool. I can use this one. And I put it on there.
Yeah. And then until someone buys the copyright on it. Yeah. Because if you pay for the lease, then you don't own it, but you're leasing it.
Yeah, I don't like. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. And then at first I was trying to find a producer to make a really good beat, but that didn't work out either. So. So I don't know.
I know I'm gonna get me an intro song. I'm gonna get one made, so I can have an intro. It's only gonna play for like 15 seconds.
And I want someone to freaking make a tag, like a Metro Boomin kind of tag. Yeah. I want someone to do that for us. Yeah. But I don't know who to do it. Jay said he might find somebody, but I was like, I don't know. I'm ready to hear somebody say, because whenever we're doing the episode, we're talking about Metro Boomin and
the orchestra.
Orchestra, yeah. And he was playing all his tags. I'm like, man, we need one of those. Yeah. And then this episode, we got our sounds or whatever. So you hear us like playing some of the sounds.
Dude, I don't even know what sounds are preloaded on here. I just know they were extremely loud when I clicked them one time, and I was like, I'm not using those.
I think you have to adjust. I think Because isn't this a volume right here? That one right there?
Maybe.
I think because you have to turn that one down. Here, just test it. It's not going to be a big deal. And then click on one of them.
Turn it real low.
Yeah, there you go. I just taught you something real quick. Yeah, it's just a preload. You can actually make your own sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, these are terrible.
Yeah, if you get SD card, actually, if you want, you can tell me what sounds you want. I'll send them over to you.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want,
I buy equipment and I don't use it apparently.
Because that's what I had to figure out on ours too. Because basically we had the bigger version of this one.
Yeah.
And so.
Does it really? Can you really put 8 mics to it?
6 mics.
6 mics.
Yeah.
But is it the P8?
Yeah, it's the P8.
But you can only put 6 mics.
6 mics, yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Why did they call it P6?
I don't know why they called it P8,
but it has 8 inputs.
Probably.
I think the other 2 just aren't mics.
Yeah, the other 2 is the phone, and then I think it's like it's some other port, but it's like aux cord ports.
Okay.
So that's probably why it's called P8. I didn't even think about that.
Like, that doesn't make sense. All right, dude. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Go ahead and plug the podcast.
Rap podcasts on TikTok.
Bro, why did you change your voice when you did that?
My voice started itching a little bit. Not like itching, but like
it got scratchy.
No, like you know, like you have like little tiny mucus in your throat and you have to clear it.
Bro, you went way too in depth on that. Okay,
you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Rap Podcasts, and you can find me for Johnny G on Instagram and on TikTok, I guess, Johnny R Productions.
All right, guys, we're gonna sign off. Fuck this jersey.
It's the best jersey you can wear.
Dude,
no,
I don't know about just one.
I don't know about Romo, but
I have to do a whole nother episode with one of these jerseys on. Yeah. All right, y'all stay fit.
It's a wrap.